So hey guys, welcome to the video tutorial of Codeforce Educational Round 90 problem C, which was plus and minus. This was a really great problem which was basically based on a type of an ad hoc problem where you just have to observe this pseudocode and you have to tell that after this entire loop terminates, then what would be the value of this result. So the code is here. Let's straight away get to the explanation part, because this question does not need much explanation, because here is a pseudocode and we just have to find the value of this result after this loop terminates. Here is some sample input output. So now let's get to the explanation. So basically here is the code. Let me just make this bigger for better readability. Okay, so here is that pseudocode which was given on the site. So here if we see, we have to find the value of this result after this entire loop runs. So this result we have to find. So basically for this we have to make some observation in this pseudocode, and these observations are listed here. So one by one we would be watching that how these observations are being made. So basically if we see, there is a bigger loop which is this for loop, which starts from 0 and ends till infinity. And infinity, it is given in question, is that it is some big value. That means it can be at as large as infinity, but in somewhere in the loop, this due to this break conditions, the OK would break this loop, but this loop is an infinite loop, and somewhere in the middle it would be broken. So this is the outer loop, and there is one inner loop which starts from here and ends here. So from this for till this was the inner loop, and the outer was this. So this outer is an infinite loop, and there is this small loop. So from this outer loop, if we see, it starts from 0 and goes till infinity. And in each loop, if we just observe this pseudocode, basically that what this information can be extract from it, that we can extract that this current variable is getting the value of the init. And if we just see it clearly again, the init variable would be going from 0 1 2 and all the way to infinity. So this current variable would having the values from these. Okay, so this was one observation. And in the smaller code, if we see, this basically is stated as the length of the string. So basically for the entire length of the string, this would be happening. In the inner loop, if we see, there is this result variable which was here, which we have to tell what would be the value when this entire code executes. So this result variable is getting incremented for each iteration of the smaller loop. This result variable is incremented by 1. And if we see, there are some conditions for breaking the loop. So if there is a positive character, then this current variable which was here, let me just clean this off so that it becomes clear. So this current variable which was coming from the outer loop is incremented by 1. And if it is not plus, so that means the string is just consists of plus and minus. So if it is not a plus, then it would be a minus. So if it is a minus, then this is decreased by 1. And in somewhere, if the value of current becomes less than 0, then OK variable, which is here true, is made false, and we come out of this inner loop and come here. So here if we check that in this after this entire process, is if this OK is true, then this break happens. So basically means that when we reach here, this OK should be true, then only this loop will terminate. And now let's see that when will this OK be true. So this OK should be true. So if we see in this inner loop, it is going from 1 to n, and each value is doing some computation. And if it is finding that this current value, that is current which started here, incremented 1 with all the positive sign and decremented with 1. So if at any point this current value becomes less than 0, then this OK variable is made false and we break to the loop. So if anywhere in this loop, if current is less than 0, then the OK would be false when we come out of this loop. So if anywhere this is less, the OK would be false and we won't be breaking. Then we will be going on to the next iteration. So in the next iteration, if we will be going, then if somewhere in the middle this current variable would be less than 0, then this OK would be made false and we again would be getting false here, but it should be true to break. So this loop will entirely run until or unless in the inner loop this condition never happens. So what I want to say is that while we are in the inside loop, if any times this if block gets executed, then this would never happen, because when this would be executed and then this okay would become made false, and this requires true to be executed. So what we want, basically we can see here, this is current value should never become less than 0, then only this would not happen. So if current is always greater than equal to 0, then only this will not happen and we will be breaking. So now what we can conclude here is that when current value should be greater than equal to 0 throughout this inner loop iteration, then only this if block would not be executed, and when this block would not be executed, then only we would be breaking. So we have just our one observation, which is that this OK should be false, which would be happen when the current is greater than 0 throughout this iteration. So now if we see what is happening to current in this iteration, so if we are encountering a plus, then the current is getting incremented by 1, and if we are encountering a negative, then the current is getting decremented by 1. So what we want is that throughout the iteration current should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, so initially if we would see that from the outer loop, in each iteration current will start from 0, current would be equal to init, and then it would be 1, then it would be 2, then it would be 3, then it would be 4, and so on to infinity. That means any large value it can take. So basically what this would be happening, so the current variable over here would be having values somewhat from this, and it would be increasing. So first it would enter this small loop with value 0, then if this entire loop is coming out with OK value false, then it will again go to the next iteration, then the current variable will take value 1 and then again enter this loop, and this process will go on until this condition is not met anywhere inside this smaller loop, and this OK comes out to be true and we break. So here we have just made a great observation that this current value should be always greater than equal to 0, and what is the influence of this plus and minus is that the plus value increment the current by 1 and the minus value decrement by current by 1. So and the current would start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically let's suppose in the first iteration current start with 0, or it would be better if we take an example alongside us. So let's take the first example here. So let's see, we have minus, minus, plus and minus. Okay, so let me just clear this all. So here we will be making that what is the value of the current variable. So in the first iteration current would be 0, we would be entering this small iteration. So in this we would be first going here, here, here and then here, so all the 4 positions would be visited once. So when we are here, then result is incremented by 1. We will see the effect of this later, but before that it is important for us to understand that when will this inner loop terminate with OK value 1. So basically when we are at the first point, then the current is -1, so this else block would be executed, then this current would be made reduced by 1, so current would be 0 minus 1, which would be equal to -1, and current is less than 0 in this case if we see. So when we came here and this else was executed, because the first character was minus, so current was reduced by 1 and current became less than 0, so this OK was made false and we braked. So basically OK was made false, so we here need OK true, but this OK is not true here, so it will be going on to the next iteration, and in the next iteration if you will see, the current would become 1. So for the first iteration current was 0, here it was reduced by 1 and it became less than 0, so this OK variable was made false and it again went to the next iteration. So basically if we observe that the whole thing would only terminate if throughout this iteration the current value is greater than equal to 0, so which is the condition here. Okay, so this is the observation. So now let's just get to let's just understand the observation more clearly, that what is the effect of minus in the code. The minus decrease the current by 1, and when will the outer loop terminate? Outer loop will only terminate when throughout this process the current is always greater than 0. When the current is less than 0, then we will go to the next iteration. So basically how is this current varying is it depends on the plus and minus. So plus increase the value of current by 1 and minus decrease the value of current by 1. So basically if we see that for this string only, so minus minus plus minus, so this so we were just want to see that for what value of this current the entire loop will be terminated such that current is greater than equal to 0 at all the points. So basically let's see that in the starting that current was 2. So when it encountered this first negative, current was reduced by 1, and then when it encountered this negative, then the current was again reduced by 1. When it encountered this plus here, then this current is made by incremented by 1, then the current became 1, and then again when it encountered minus, then it became 0. So basically if we see that throughout this process current was always greater than or equal to 0. So that means after this iteration the OK would be true. So after this the OK would give us true and we would be breaking. So this inner loop will execute until this current value of this starting value is reached. That means that you would be starting with current equal to 0, 1 and 2. So when this 2 value would be reached, then for this example this loop will terminate and we will be executing here. And in this process if we see that res is incremented by 1, so now let's just completely solve this. So when the current was 0, then we came here, current became minus 1. When we came here, current became minus 1. So let me just write it more clearly. Thus this is the value of the current variable. When the current variable was 0, we came here, the value became minus 1, then we braked. When we then the current was 1. When we came here, current became 0. So 0 is still greater than equal to 0, then we go again we had minus 1, then this current became minus 1 here. So here we braked away and bring the next value. When the current was 2, here current we encountered minus, so current was reduced by 1. So then the current became 1, and again we encountered a minus, then the current again became 0, and then after that we encountered a plus, so current became 1. We encountered a minus, so current became 0. So basically this entire thing will execute until throughout this process current is always greater than equal to 0. And how many times it would be executed? It would be so suppose this was the first time it became negative, so here it will break. So this res would be incremented the number of time in each iteration we would be going ahead. So in this iteration we just went once, fill this value and found it is negative, so braked away. So for this iteration res would be 1. After this iteration initially it was 0, it would be incremented by 1 and we will break away in the next based on this condition. For this res would be incremented by 1 here, by 1 here. So res would be become, it was initially 1 and it would be incremented twice here, so res would become 3. And in the last iteration throughout the process it is always greater than equal to 0. So res would increment by 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. It would become 3 plus 4, which is 7, which was the answer of this test case. So the main points which we need to see is that throughout which iteration, that means which value of current, so which value of current, for which value of current the throughout this string traversal the current always remains greater than equal to 1. So when that was the value after which the loop will terminate. Until then we have to count that how many times it is being executed. So now let's get to the code for better clarity. So here is the code. So let's just, okay, that's fine. So here just we are taking the input and just getting the size. So here I'm just using this max. So this max basically is just a flag sort of a variable which will check that what if the string was plus, plus and plus. So in this, after the first iteration only we would be breaking, because throughout this iteration, so first current was 0, where it encountered a plus, current became 1, it encountered a plus, current became 2, it encountered a 1, current became 3. So throughout it was greater than equal to 0. So for this the answer would be n itself. That means res would be incremented once here, once here, once here, so it would be 3, which is the length of the all the positive. That means if current remain greater than or equal to 0 throughout this, then the result would directly be 3. This is what I was checking there. So this was the use of this variable, and this current basically is the sum. That means this value, so current is 0, current is -1, here current is 1 0 1 0. So this is to hold that value, and this answer is basically the answer is basically the sum. So basically for this 2, if we see the 0 1 2 0 1 0 1 0, so for this the number of time res would be incremented would be 4. So initially only I am just storing 4, because in the final iteration there would be no problem. And then just I am just incremented current by 1 if it is a positive, and it is a negative, then I am decreasing. And at any point if I see that current become less than 0, then I am just making this max I. That means this flag basically means we have found some position where current is less than 0 to I, and I'm incremented this answer by I plus 1. So here if we see, it is a 0 1 2 3. Let me just make this clear because it's really lot of mess here. So suppose 0 1 2 and 3, this was the indexing in the string. So here first we got -1 in this position, so the number of time res would be incremented for this iteration would be 0 plus 1. That means the index of this plus 1, and in the second iteration we got -1 here, so the number of times this would be happening would be 1 plus 1. That means res would be incremented, which is 2. So this is what I am checking here, and at the end if there was no place which was less than 0, then I'm just outputting, and otherwise I'm outputting this answer. So I hope I was able to explain this problem. This problem basically needed to check what is the status of current and when it would be always greater than 0. So if you had any doubt or any part which is still not clear, please let me know. I will be really happy to help you. And thank you for watching. Do subscribe to the channel, as I would be regularly posting competitive coding material. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.